Hey, there we are on Brunch with Brian. And it's Halloween. Yeah. Scariest day of the year. Are you scared today? It's Halloween. Fear can be a useful thing, right? But what I want to talk about in terms of Halloween is playing a different character and putting on a different mask. People put on masks on Halloween and they can actually they feel like they are that character. It's like acting. And you know what? Real estate investing is just like that. It's amazing. And being successful in life and having the right attitude in certain situations is just like that. It's like putting a mask on. And now a lot of you guys know I talk a lot about role control, and I'm working on a book for role control, and I'm hoping that that's done soon. And so you guys, I think the first version of it is going to be role control for real estate investors. And so that's going to be a very useful book because you can get yourself in the right role like that. Now at Halloween, what do? We get a costume on and we put a mask and we put makeup on and all this, and we put ourselves into that character through the costume. And I'll tell you, a lot of actors talk about that, is that when, I just put the costume on and I was in character. And so much of it, they looked at myself in the mirror and that was who I was. And some of these characters that these actors play look a lot different from what they look like in normal life. Some look exactly like they look like in normal life. And so it's not a big character transformation. But what quality would you like to demonstrate more of? Okay, what would you like to be more resilient? Okay, well, one of the things, and battle back from adversity. Okay, well, one year at Halloween when we were a kid, we did blowout Halloweens. We actually had a spook house at our house where people would come in the front door. The way our house that I grew up in was laid out was it had like a front door and two front doors on the same side of the house. And one was on one side of the kitchen, led mainly into the living room area. The other one came in through the kitchen. So we'd have the kids, and people would drive from all over, and there'd be cars parked all up and down the street, people pulling in and out, dropping the kids off, and they'd come in the front door. Half the time they were too scared to get the candy, and then they would go through the kitchen, and we'd have like all of us would be in character. And it was our neighbors and us, and we put a pretty elaborate thing together. I remember one year I was the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So when I was the Hunchback, we made a big foam hump, and we put a big bunch of makeup on my face, like a big prosthetic, and a weird eyeball and all this, and we really got into it. And it was our best friend next door was really into makeup and all that, so we did really cool Halloweens every year. But when I put that stuff on, I felt like Quasimodo. And if you can think of a spirit animal or a person that's a perfect role model for some trait. Okay, so this is going to sound a little silly maybe, but what was Quasimodo? What was the Hunchback of Notre Dame a really good role model for? Perseverance, having a dream and chasing that dream no matter what the obstacles. Believing in a dream, reverence for beauty and for sacred places. So a lot of cool things about the Hunchback, and so when you're in that costume, you think of those things. So what I want you to be able to do is put a different mask on depending on the situations in your life, not just on Halloween, where you put some elaborate costume on and you can feel different and you can, say, oh, I'm a superhero, I'm a Marvel superhero, I'm Spider-Man, and I'm powerful. And so I want you to be able to put these masks on, and one of the masks is, I am a successful home investor. I am a real estate winner. Real estate winner is a mask that you should be able to put on and gain confidence from. So what do you look like as a real estate winner? That's why I want to get a picture of you with a shut up check. I want to get you having a picture with you, and if you've done deals in the past and you've held up a shut up check and you're standing in front of a house, I want a lot of those. And every time you look at those, you're building that character of a real estate winner. And so what does that character look like? Now in our business, we actually bought shirts that have our logo and our name on them. They're blue shirts, and it looks really cool with the logo. And I actually wear one of my blue ties. So that's you might have sort of a uniform or a costume for your real estate winner role. Okay, but I want you to start thinking about this role. Who is this person? This is a person who sticks to three things, and this is this is my overall affirmation for home investing, and that's stick to the steps, stick to the scripts, and stick to your schedule. So if you have a picture of yourself doing that, sticking to the steps, sticking to the scripts, maybe even get a picture of yourself on the phone talking to a seller where you look like you're really into it and you're really doing a great job. Get a picture of yourself out at the house with an actual seller after you close the deal. Get a picture of you shaking hands with the seller. Hey, let me get a little selfie here with us shaking hands, or have somebody else take it. So again, I want you to build this character. Just like we do on Halloween, and we play a different character and we put on a mask, and it's fun, and we can actually feel like that character. Like if you dress up like your sports star hero, like I grew up in Minnesota. Some of my heroes were Kirby Puckett was a hero of mine as a Minnesota Twin. Fran Tarkington, all these guys way back then. So what's one of the cheapest, easiest costumes is just throw on a jersey, throw on a jersey and say that's my costume. But sometimes that really does make you feel more powerful. If your team is doing well, getting into your team's costume, your team uniform really makes you feel more strong. So think of a uniform, a costume you can wear that means to you successful winner, real estate winner. And you don't have to wear it tonight. Tonight you can wear your crazy costume. But I want you to start thinking of yourself in this costume and in this mentality of real estate winner. And it's amazing how a mask or some makeup can really help you get into that role. And that's when we talk about role control. So part of role control is your costume. When you really want to get into a certain role, like you want to go off to a meeting and you want to be a real estate winner, you want to be a closer, then you put on that outfit that means that to you. So that's our talk for today on Halloween, taking advantage of different roles, understanding that you can put different masks on to play different roles in your life and be more successful. Because at different times in life, it calls for different roles. When we had little kids, I had to play the role of little kid dad. You know what? That's a lot different from teenager dad. And so it's almost, you have to be kind of adaptable in all these roles as well. Because if you say my dad role, okay, I'm great dad me. That's my role as great dad. Okay, but guess what? Great dad means different things to each of your 3 kids or however many kids you have. If you have 5 kids, you're a little different dad to all 5 of those kids. So that's why playing that role and understanding that we play different roles in life naturally, then we can choose to play the right roles at the right moments by getting to know those roles more and having that mask and having that costume like we do on Halloween. All right, so I'm going to play the roles. I play my roles great. I play my roles. That's kind of terrible grammar, but I'm great at playing my roles. That's our thing. So you're playing all these different roles, and part of it is real estate winner, part of it is successful home investor. That's part of the role you play. That's one role you play, is in addition to lots of other roles. And even within that role, oh no, here I go again. Even within that role, you're playing different roles, because when you call a seller on the phone, the first role you play is business me, because you have to establish credibility. Then you play friendly neighbor me, because you have to build rapport. Now you can't sit there and put on different masks, but that's what you're doing. You're putting on different masks, and the people who are good at this are very quick to be able to, are very fluid in their role control, very fluid in their role changes. Lynette's really good at this. And so you switch from friendly neighbor me to business me to closer me to deal maker me. Lynette likes that deal maker me. Now I also use something I call good shepherd me. Like I'm helping people through this sometimes difficult process of selling their home and helping make it a better experience for them. So play your roles to the hilt. Okay, I'm great at my roles. Okay, ready? That's our affirmation. 1, 2, 3. I'm great at my roles. I'm great at my roles. I'm great at my roles. Yes, yes, yes. We all play so many different roles. And sometimes it's friend, brother, sister, son or daughter to our parents, and you always want to be good in all your roles and put on the mask, the right mask. And that's one of the big challenges, guys, is sometimes we have the wrong mask on. Like when I used to work at AmeriQuest Mortgage and I ran an office, I had this grouchy mortgage office manager mask on, and I would drive home and I couldn't get it off. And I would sit on the couch and I couldn't get it off. I kept thinking about it. And the kids were around, and I should have gotten that mask off and put on my great dad mask, but I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get out of that role. So that's the challenge, guys, is being able to wear the right mask in the right moment. And that Halloween's the perfect time to talk about this. Okay, let's start deep breathing. Nice deep breath in. Give us some love and some thumbs up and all that. Okay, another one. 2, always a big smile. Let it go. Always a big smile, because that really gets you going in the right direction. Another big deep breath in. All right, well, have a wonderful, blessed, safe All Hallows Eve, Halloween. Have a great time today. And until I see it tomorrow, play some fun roles. See, might see somebody out there playing this role. Not this role. This is a certain role, and this is a certain role. Okay, maybe you'll see some jokers out there tonight. All right, so guys, have fun tonight. Be safe. And until I see you tomorrow, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and